my favourite people coming in for gentle yoga today. Brilliant. It would be quite handy if you could have a strap or a tie or a tea towel or something that you might want to be able to use a little bit later on. Don't panic if you haven't got anything at all. It's not necessary, and it's always a good idea to have your block. So going to start on your back. So come down onto your back and just roll down and have your knees a comfortable distance apart. And take your elbows out to the side. Place your hands on your belly or on your rib cage. And then close your eyes for a moment or two and just soften into the back. So the intention here is to let the spine melt into the floor and to focus on your breath. So you want to breathe in deeply through the nose and then exhale deeply through the nose. So really slow the breath down. And while you're doing this, notice that your knees are pointing up to the ceiling, your feet are pressed into the floor, your back feels completely secure because it's flat on the mat. Your elbows are wide, shoulders are flat. And then take your arms alongside your body, so the thumb's pointing up. Take a breath in, and then exhale. Slide your arms up and take them over your head. And just let your hands come to the floor. Now, if your shoulders are really tight, you're probably going to have your arms wide out to the side. Or you might even prefer to have your hands on your shoulders and just lift the elbows. And then lower them down. And take your arms alongside your body. So you're going to breathe in, bring your arms over your head, and exhale, bring them alongside the body. So this is going to be the movement, inhaling to lift and exhale. And again, you're doing the version that works for you. So maybe it's hands on shoulders, elbows lifting. Just position the feet so that you can push into the heels and try and do one movement per breath and lengthen through the back of the neck. And you'll know if you need something under your head, because if your chin's lifting up and your neck is arching like that, you really want to place something underneath just to straighten your neck. One more time. And then circle your arms around, take your arms alongside your body, and then slide the arms out just to 90 degrees. So the back of your hands are on the floor, and you're going to push the back of the hands into the mat and see if you can lift your chest just a moment and then lower it down. And then inhale and bring your hands together, and exhale and open them wide. Again, back to the hands on the floor, push into the hands, lift the chest. It's hardly a big lift, you can barely see anything. Just lifting the shoulder blades off the floor and lower down. And bring your palms together, breathing in. And again, one more time, lift the shoulders off the mat and then release. And now take your hands over your head if that's comfortable for you. See if you can grab the left wrist with your right hand and then lean over to the right. But keep the chest open and the shoulders on the floor, so you're looking up at the ceiling. And then bring yourself back to the center. Just straighten your body out and change hands. Left hand grabbing the right wrist and stretching over to the left. So you're slightly pulling out of your waist, but the shoulders are on the floor. The shoulders are rested. And then come back to the center. And then take your hands behind your head. And straighten your legs out this time. So the legs are nice and long. Keep the legs together and just pull the head off the floor so you can see your elbows in your peripheral vision. And you're looking straight ahead towards your toes. And as you push the head into the hands, you should feel a nice stretch just in the back of your neck. And just pause and breathe into it. And then gently release down to the floor, arms alongside your body. And now inhale, bring the right knee in towards you, hug it in. And exhale, extend the leg. Inhale on the left side, gently bringing the knees in, and exhale. And continue this movement going. It's the breath and the movement. And you're really pulling that knee in with your hands, just drawing it in towards you. Lovely. And keep this one going, breathing in and exhaling and breathing in, gently warming up the thighs. And exhaling. Lovely. One more. And now bring your right knee in and then bring your left knee in and draw the knees in towards your chest. So maybe the tailbone is lifting a little bit off the floor, and then release the knees a little bit so that you can flatten your tailbone to the floor. And then again, pull the knees in, round the lower back, and then release. And one more time, pulling the knees in, and then release. Lovely. And let your left leg go down to the floor. And this is where your strap could be quite useful, because you could just take it around your right thigh so that you can hold the leg. So option is to use a strap, otherwise just take your hands behind the leg and then gently begin to straighten the leg and bend. So you're not looking for a strong stretch in the hamstrings at this point. You're flossing the muscles. So you're gently lifting and lowering. Great. And the strap is just making it easier for you to hold your leg. That's all that's going on here. So gently lifting and gently lowering. One more time. And now open the knee out to the right. Just let the knee go out to the right. Some of you will be able to get your foot and almost your knee to the floor. Keep this left leg straight, lengthen into the left leg. And if you're using a strap, you could have it in your left hand to support that leg. So, you know, maybe your knee is about here and you could be holding onto the strap and supporting it. Otherwise, the knee's coming to the floor. So resting, lovely. And now draw this knee back to the center. Keep the toes on the inside of the knee and just roll onto your left hip. So this right hip comes off the floor and you've got this nice stretch through the waist, through the internal, external obliques, and your head gently turning to the right. And then come onto your back again, nice and gently, still working on this right leg. And now begin to draw it in towards you. So if you're using the strap, you can take it higher up around your ankle. Or maybe you're just using your hands. Maybe you can reach your ankle without the strap. But you're gently encouraging the leg to come in towards you. So it's beginning to lengthen the hamstrings here. Now if it's too much, if your leg is shaking and wobbling, then bend the knee, soften the knee and reduce the impact on the hamstrings. So that could be your option. And just try and pause there and hold it and breathe into it. The rest of the body is completely rested. You're pushing into the left foot as if you were standing on that left foot. And now begin to circle your ankle on the right leg, just circling it around, getting into this sliding joint. Lovely. And then circling the other direction, gentle movement. You can feel the muscles in the calves working at the same time. And then come to a still position and point the toes and flex. And again, point the toes and flex. Lovely. And again, pointing and flex. Lovely. And point and flex. Really good. Just one more. And as you finish, bring the knee in towards you again. Hug the knee in. Take the strap around your thigh, or take your hands around your thigh, and lift your head and shoulders and just look towards the knee. So you're rounding the upper back, bring the knee towards the nose, and gently rest down onto the floor. And then you're ready to change sides. So extend the right leg, flex the foot, bring the left knee in towards you with or without the strap. And the first job is that little flossing movement. So you straighten and bend the left knee. Keep it as close to you as you can, that knee. And it's just a gentle movement. You're not going to your full stretch. You're warming the muscles up, preparing it for what's coming. Gently gliding. So the muscle that runs over the knee, you're allowing it to smooth out. Lovely. And one more. And then bend that left knee and allow the knee to open out to the left. So again, maybe you get the left foot, maybe the left knee comes to the floor, but you're opening through the groin. You're not rolling onto the left side, so you're keeping this right hip on the mat. And you could support your leg with your strap. So you could be holding onto the strap with the right hand as you push the left knee down to the floor. Just breathe into that lovely opening in the hip. Now bring the left knee up to the ceiling. Take the foot on the inside of the calf. Draw the knee across to the right and turn your head to the left. And breathe into your side waist. One more breath. And then come back to the center. Bring the knee in as close as you can towards your chest. Lift your head and shoulders. You're looking at the knee. You're either using the strap to pull the knee in or using your hands around the thigh. Lovely. And now bring both knees in towards you, gently hugging them in. Again, if you're using the strap, take it around both thighs, both knees. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, either roll onto your side and press up, or roll up through the spine and come up to a seated position. Lovely. So as you come up, cross your left foot and bring the right foot in towards you. So this is how you're going to sit, with the right knee pointing up towards the ceiling. And then take hold of that right leg. Again, this is another good opportunity to use the strap if you need to. So you could take the strap around the foot. And now think about straightening that leg. Hold onto the strap or onto your foot. And just sitting nice and tall, really tall, and extend your left arm. So you're looking straight ahead of you. Take a breath and then exhale, turn to your left. The fingers pointing down towards the mat. So when the fingers point down, you open the chest. And then gently come back to the center. And now holding the strap or holding your foot, just extend that leg nice and long. Lovely. And then bend the knee and ready to go onto the other side. So cross the right knee and bring the left knee in towards you, and you're sitting up nice and tall, using the strap around that foot so that you can straighten the left leg. And keep your right heel as close to your groin as you can and looking straight ahead. Breathe in. As you exhale, open the right arm. See how the fingers point towards the floor, not lifting it up here, but pointing down, so the chest is really open. Lovely. Breathing, and then come back to the center and just extend that left leg so you're holding either onto the foot or onto the strap, whichever one is available to you. And then gently bend the left knee, coming back onto the right side. So set yourself up again, the knee pointing up to the ceiling, and then straighten that right leg, grabbing hold of the foot or the strap. Reach your left arm, and as you exhale, rotate. This time, really take the right foot out to the right. So your left arm and the right leg are sort of pulling against each other. And your right arm is really strong, and you're breathing, you're lifting the back, looking towards the left shoulder. Nice twist in the waist. And then come back to the center and bend the knee, ready to change sides. So the left foot coming in, knee facing up. Take the strap around your ankle and extend that left leg. Get your right heel as close to your groin as you can. Breathing in, exhale, open the right arm. This is where the left leg goes out to the left. You're reaching down to the floor. Yeah, good, and more, twisting. Keep the spine long, breathe into your belly, twisting and turning your head. Lovely. And then come back to the center and release. Brilliant. And just pop the strap over to one side and bring your feet to the mat. Take your hands behind and take the feet together now. And you're just going to roll the feet over to the right and center and roll to the left. So the top foot stacks on top of the bottom foot. Lovely. And you're massaging your hips into the floor. Over to one side and the other. And over. Yeah, good. And now exaggerate it a bit more. Really push the knees away. And again, push the knees away. So making more of an effort. Lovely. And push. And then as you come over to the right, now extend the left leg. And then turn to the right and lift your left arm up. And then come back to the center. Slide the feet together and lift your knees. Over to the left side. So the knees drop. Extend the right leg, turn to the left and lift, and come back to the center, knees together, and then bring your knees up to the ceiling. Lovely. And now cross your ankles, ready to come onto your hands and your knees. Brilliant. So first of all, drop your elbows to the floor. So the elbows on the mat, and draw your navel to your spine. And extend your right leg out behind you. And push the toes into the mat. Yeah, good. So you're pushing into that right heel and bring your left shin off the floor. Then lower the left shin and lift your right leg. Take it out behind you. Lift it up a little bit more towards the ceiling. And then come onto your hands and bring both knees to the floor. Bring your elbows down again. Brace, bringing the navel to the spine. Step the left foot behind you, pushing to the left heel, so that you can now bring the right shin off the floor. So you're really working into your belly. Take the right knee to the mat and lift that left leg. Lift, lift, lift. Lengthen the left leg up to the ceiling. And then lift your hands and bring your knees side by side. Lovely. And push your feet back. Push, push, push into your heels. Lift your heels high and drop your knees to the floor. And then bring your elbows down to the mat. And take your right leg out behind you and lift that leg again. And then tuck the left toes and see if you can press up into a three-legged elbow dog. And then bring the knees side by side and knees to the mat. Come up onto your hands and push back into regular down dog. Lovely. And lift your heels, bring your knees to the floor, elbows to the mat, left leg extended out behind you. Lift the left leg, tuck the right toes, and just push up, push into the elbows. Bend the left knee, bring the knees down to the mat, and come up onto your hands. Lovely. And then sit back into pose of a child. Lengthen into your spine. Let your chest come onto your thighs. Let your forehead come to the floor. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, begin to round your shoulders and draw your fingers in towards you. So you're keeping the back nice and rounded. And as you come up into kneeling, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Breathe in and exhale, round the shoulders and lean forward. Walk your hands away and come back into pose of a child. Lovely, just pausing for a minute. Take a breath in, exhale, same movement. So you round the belly, you draw the navel to the spine, and you're able to slide the hands in towards you, and then look straight ahead and reach your arms up, breathing in, and exhale, diving down towards the floor, and walk your fingers away. So it's a really good way to strengthen the back and get some mobility into your spine without putting too much weight on it. So breathe in, exhale, scoop the belly, drag your fingers in towards you, and then looking straight ahead, lift your fingers, breathe in, and exhale, rolling down. Send your hands away into pose of a child. One more time, breathing in, exhale, really pull the fingers like they're resisting coming in towards you. And then lift your arms, breathe in, exhale, rounding the back, walking your fingers out in front, and now come onto your hands and your knees. Lovely. And from your hands and your knees, take your right foot out behind you, push into the right heel, and then lift the left shin off the floor, just holding for one more breath. Your left knee to the mat, extend your right leg out behind you. Lovely. And then take your feet to the floor and push back into down dog. Bring your knees to the mat. Left leg out behind you, push into the heel, bring the right shin off the floor, take the shin to the mat and extend your left leg out behind you. Lovely. And then lower the toes and push back into down dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Lift the heels high to bring your knees to the floor. And come back onto the right side, right toes out behind you. Lift the left knee off the mat, holding for 3 and 2 and 1. And now lift the right leg. Soften the elbow so you can bring the forehead towards the floor And just hover above the mat with your elbows and your head for 3 and 2 and 1. As you straighten your arms, toes to the mat, and push back into down dog, looking towards your shins for 3 and 2 and 1. Lift the heels up high and take your knees to the mat. And left leg out behind you, bringing the right shin off the floor for 3 and 2 and 1. Shin to the mat. Take the left leg, lift it up high. Soften the elbows, hovering above the floor, bringing your forehead towards the mat for 3 and 2 and 1, and then straighten your arms and push back into down dog, and take a breath in and a breath out. Lift the heels high and bring the knees to the mat. Lovely. And then come onto a seated position and bring your left elbow to the floor, and then extend your right leg out to the side. Now bring this left knee so it's at 90-degree angle, and reach your right arm up. So option here, you can grab hold of your shoulder if the shoulders are not good. Otherwise, reach your right arm up and turn to look to your left elbow and draw your right arm alongside your ear. So the right toes are firmly pushing into the mat. There's a lot of strength through that right leg. And then lift up to the ceiling, and now open out to the right. So you're opening the chest. And breathe. And then come back to the center. Inhale and exhale. Same movement. Holding, pushing the right toes into the floor. Make that strong connection. And then lift up, looking straight ahead, and then turn to look over to your right. Yeah, really good. One more time, lift up to the ceiling, reach your right arm. This time, see if you can float the right leg off the floor. So it's not trying to lift that right leg as high as possible, but you're making a strong connection with the glutes. Breathing into your belly, keeping the belly nice and strong. And now lift your arm and open your chest. Keep that right leg lifted and take your fingertips to the floor, out to the side. Yeah, good. And breathe into the belly. And then lift up and take your toes to the mat and bring the knees side by side. Grab your top ankle and stretch over to the side. Lovely. And then come back to the center and just change your feet. So just swing the feet around and take your right elbow to the floor and extend the top leg. So the toes are definitely in contact with the mat. Take your left arm up, breathe in, exhale and reach. So you're slightly drawing the right shoulder back, you're looking towards the right elbow, breathing into your belly, pushing the left toes into the floor, and then lift the left arm up and open out, open the chest. And then lift up and come back to the center. Same movement again, breathing in, exhaling a long stretch through the waist. Make a strong connection with the left toes and the floor. Breathe into the belly. And then lift up and open as you turn to the left. Lift the chest, left shoulder open. One more breath. And come back to the center, and this time as you turn, bring the left leg off the floor, squeezing into the glutes, pointing into the toes, breathing, and then lift your left arm, keep the left leg where it is, open the left arm, bring your fingers to the floor, so feel as if you're lifting the chest up, lovely, looking up towards the ceiling. One more breath, and then gently release, bring the knees side by side, press yourself up, grab your ankles, stretch over to the side. And then come back to the center and just turn to your right and bring your hands to the floor and come onto your hands and your knees and tuck your toes under into down dog. Lovely. So notice how far your hands and your feet are apart from each other. And then step the feet in a little closer towards your hands and see if that means maybe your heels can actually be on the mat now. Don't panic if they're still a little bit lifted. It just means your hamstrings are really quite tight. And just let the top of your head melt down towards the floor. Lovely. So you're really trying to take the weight into the heels for this one. And take your left hand in the center of your mat and turn to your right and reach your right arm up to the ceiling. So both heels pushing down into the floor. Keep your neck long, push into your bottom. Keep the spine long and breathe deeply into your belly. One more breath. And then take both hands to the mat. Separate the hands again as you tuck your head and look towards your shins. And again, the weight should be in the heels more than in the hands, or at least even, if not more. Taking the right hand into the center of the mat and lift your left arm up. So you're looking towards the left, your heels pushing into the floor, keeping the neck long. Open your shoulder. Push into the heels so it's not all the weight in the right wrist. One more breath. And then take your hands to the floor and again separate your hands. Take a nice breath in and then walk your hands towards your feet. And maybe you need to take your hands onto your shins, the top of your head pointing down to the floor. Some of you will be able to have your hands on the mat, but really lengthen the spine. And now take your hands onto your shins and flatten the back and breathe into your belly. And then gradually coming all the way up to stand. Brace through the belly as you come all the way up and step your feet a little closer together. And take a breath in and then exhale, folding forward. With your hands on your shins, lift up halfway and exhale, fold forward. And then inhale all the way up to stand. Lovely, so it's half a sun salutation. And again, breathe in, exhale, folding forward. Hands on your shins, lifting up halfway. Exhale, fold, and come all the way up. Lovely. This time, grab your left wrist with your right hand and lean over to the right. Come back to the center and lean over to the left. You're almost pulling on the wrist. And then come back to the center, breathe in and exhale, fold forward. With your hands on your shins, lift up halfway. Now hold it here. Take your left hand, option to take it on the mat in front of your feet, but right in between the feet. If that's not available, take your left hand to your to your calves, and then open your right arm up to the ceiling. Lovely. Don't mean calves, I mean shins. And then turn to look to the floor and simply change hands. breath and come back to forward fold and then lift all the way up to stand. Lovely. Take a breath and bring your hands to the center. And as your hands come to the center, lift the heels off the mat, coming into standing balance, elbows wide, heels lifted, eyes looking straight ahead. And then lower down to the floor. Brilliant. Take another breath in, exhale and fold forward. And then walk your hands away from you and come into down dog. Lovely. So just a regular down dog. Then lift the heels high and bring your knees to the mat. So your knees come to the mat. Keep your back nice and long, but bend the elbows. See if you can bring the elbows to the floor and just hover and then lift up. And you want the elbows to tuck in, elbows tucking in as you hover and lift. Just one more time and lift. And now walk your hands in front of you and come down onto your stomach and reach your arms in front of you. Lovely. So your arms are reaching in front, the little fingers on the floor and the thumbs on top. Squeeze the heels together, squeeze the glutes, take a breath in, and as you breathe in, lift your chest off the floor. See if you can slide those hands in towards you a little bit, so you're bringing the shoulders back, really working all the muscles in the back of the body. And you're pushing the pubic bone into the floor, lengthening through the lower back, not compressing. One more breath, and then slide the hands away and come back down to the floor. Take another breath in and exhale, same movement. As you come up, slide the arms in towards you. Think of the shoulder blades coming back. Keep plenty of space between your ears and your shoulders. Squeezing the glutes the whole time. One more breath and then exhale and come down. Lovely. And then bring your hands under your shoulders. Take the feet a little wider apart and peel your chest off the floor. And then sit back into wide-legged pose of a child. So the knees are wide. And you can almost get your chin and your chest to the floor. Just soften into the mat. One more breath and come back onto your hands and your knees. Get those knees together and lower all the way down to the floor. And take your arms alongside your body. With the palms facing down, take a breath in. Exhale, lift the head and the shoulders. Keep your hands on the mat and just lengthen the neck. And push the top of the feet into the floor behind you. And then lift your right leg, just the right leg. Slide it off the mat. Pausing and holding. And then lower the leg down. And the left leg lifting, pausing, holding. Keep the length in your spine. And then lower that leg down. Hands under the shoulders, feet wider. And peel up into cobra. Chest forward, shoulders back. And then push back. Wide-legged pose of a child again. Sit back into your heels. And now walk your hands in towards you and see if you can keep your knees wide apart. You're coming into a wide-legged kneeling position. And take your left hand on the inside of the right knee. Reach your right arm forward, breathing in. And as you exhale, turn to the right. Those fingers pointing down again. Lovely. And then lean back. See if you can get your right hand to the floor and lift your left arm alongside your ear. Yeah, good. One more breath, and then bring yourself back to the center and take a moment. And then same on the other side, right hand on the inside of the knee. Lift your left arm up, open it out behind you, reaching down to the floor. So you're pushing with the right hand on the inside of the knee. And lower the left hand to the floor. Bring your right arm alongside your ear. And now come back to the center and walk your fingers out in front of you so you come down into wide-legged pose of a child. So you should feel really open through the hips. Just softening forward. One more breath. Walk your hands in towards you again, coming up into your wide leg kneeling, right hand on the inside of the knee, left hand on the inside of the knee. Open your right arm wide, take the fingers to the floor, lift your left arm. Just see if you can lift the hips away from the heels just for a moment. Spread the fingers in the right hand. Make sure you're looking towards the floor so there's no tension in the neck. Breathing, one more breath. Lower the hips and gradually come back to the center and give yourself a moment. And then same on the other side. Right hand pressing into that knee. Bring the left hand to the floor. Lift your right arm. Lift the hips. Even if it's just an inch or two, try and squeeze the glutes together. Breathe into the belly. Keep your neck long. Draw the right shoulder back. One more breath. And lower your hips to your heels. Come back to the center and walk your hands forward and wide-legged pose of a child. Just breathing and holding. One more breath as the hands come in towards you. Bring the knees together, tuck your toes and come into down dog. Just briefly to stretch the legs out and then bend the left knee a lot and lean into that left thigh. And change sides. Bend the right knee and lean into the right thigh. One last time on each side. Lovely. And now step your right foot between your hands, drop the left knee to the floor. And as you come up, pivot the left foot so it comes off the mat and turn to your left. Keep this right leg nice and straight so the leg is parallel to the floor, and take your hands to your waist. Push firmly into the right foot and into the left shin, and then reach your arms out to the side. They don't need to come up as high as the shoulders. The arms can be slightly lower than that, but you're pushing firmly into the right foot. You're not letting the knee come in. Pushing firmly down. And then lean forward as far as you can over that right knee. Leaning, leaning, leaning. And then come back to the center. Drop your backhand and stretch into your waist. Lengthen the neck. And then come back into your starting position. Breathing in. As you exhale, take your elbow to your knee and extend the left arm over your ear. So you're keeping the right knee on top of the right ankle. Draw the left shoulder back. Take a breath and come back up. Lovely. This time, breathe in, and as you exhale, bend that right knee more. And then take your hand on the inside of the right foot and look up towards the ceiling. And as you look to the floor, bring yourself back to your starting point. And now straighten the right leg and lean down. One more breath. And as you come up, bend the right knee again and take your hands to the floor and step back into down dog. Maybe walk through the knees, through the feet, and step your left foot forward, right knee on the mat, and turn to your right. Lovely. So that left knee is at a right angle. Knee directly on top of your ankle. Push into the left foot, push into the right shin, and take your arms wide. They don't have to come in line with the shoulders, but just keep those arms nice and wide. So you're pushing firmly into the feet and the knee. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, lean forward, stretch and breathe. Keep the neck long, lovely. One more breath, and then lift up, drop your back hand and lean back. And come back to the starting point. This time take your elbow to the knee and stretch. You're still maintaining a right angle with that left knee. And then come all the way back up and lean back again, stretch into the side waist. And come back to the center. And this time lean forward, bend the left knee, reach, reach. You can turn your head to the left. And then bring yourself back up. And now straighten the left leg. And exhale, take the hand down. Reach your right arm, draw the shoulder back. One more breath. Bend the left knee and take your hands to the floor and step back into down dog. Walk through the feet. Lovely. And then bring your knees to the mat and cross your ankles. So ready to come onto a seated position again. Now grab your strap if you did have it there and just take it around your right foot. And then straighten that right leg. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, lift the leg off the floor. And now roll down, tuck the tailbone and roll yourself down to the floor, nice and slowly. And just let your head and shoulders rest on the mat. Take the strap with your left hand and keep your left elbow on the floor. And gently draw the leg towards you. But again, you're going to decide how far you can come with this leg, and also whether you need to bend the knee because the leg is shaking. If the leg's shaking, of course, you're going to soften that knee. But breathe into it. You're holding this for a few long breaths. Now keep the strap in the left hand and open the leg out to the right. So we did this earlier with the knee bent. See if you can do it with a straight leg. The left foot is flexed, you're opening the hips, you're supporting the leg. And again, if you didn't have a strap, you would be doing this by taking your right hand under the leg and supporting it like that. So it works with or without the strap. And push into the left foot. One more breath. Now gently bring this leg back to the center and take the strap in your right hand so that you can take the leg across to the left. Just an inch or two, just to that point where you feel that really tight connection in your glute on the right side. Lovely. One more breath. And come back to the center with this right leg. Walk your hands up the strap and lift your head and shoulders, looking towards your knee. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, pull yourself up, coming all the way up. Place the right knee over the left and come forward. Just pull your chest towards your thigh. Soften the chest down. And then roll yourself up and uncross, ready to do the same on the other side. So the strap around the left foot, pull the leg off the floor, breathing in, exhaling, rolling down, slowly coming down to the floor, resting on your back. So first of all, just drawing the leg in towards you. Maybe you're bending the knee, maybe you're not. Breathing into the hamstrings. You can feel them through the back of the leg. Just allow them to lengthen. So they probably feel quite tight, I know mine do. But just breathe into it, breathe into it. And now take the band in your right hand so that you can open the leg out to the left. You choose how low you're going to go. Try not to lift this right hip. Try not to roll to the side. So anchor the right hip to the floor. You can use your hand to encourage that hip to stay where it is. And flex into the right foot. And once you find your position, breathe into that left leg, the inner thigh. Breathe into it, breathe into it. Try not to create tension. Try and let the tension go. One more breath. Bring the leg back to the center as you change hands. And now take the leg across, just to the point where you feel that tightness in the left buttock. And then gently come back to the center. Walk your hands up the strap or up to your foot if you're not using the strap. Lift your head and shoulders, take a breath. And as you exhale, pull yourself up, round the belly, lifting up and folding over your right leg. And then gently curl yourself up, coming into a seated position. Now take the strap around your shins and come down onto your back with your feet hip distance apart and the knees bent. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lift the hips off the floor and pull onto the strap. So you're pulling on the strap and you can lift the hips and you can come right up on top of your shoulders. Keep the neck long so that you can breathe comfortably. Really feel as if you're lifting out of that lumbar back. One more breath, and then slowly lower your hips to the floor, nice and slowly coming down, gradually coming down, and then release, let go of the strap. Take your arms out to the side, drop both knees over to the right, just roll your head to the left. Now lift your left hand up, place it just in front of the right and lean into your right shoulder. So you're trying to take your forehead to the floor. I'm just trying to get you to put some weight into that right shoulder. So you're leaning into it, you're stretching it. Just using your natural body weight. And then gently roll onto your back again and open your arms wide and bring your knees up to the center, dropping both knees over to the left and turning your head to the right. Lovely. Shoulders staying flat on the floor. One more breath. Now bring your right arm up, roll onto the left shoulder, the hand placed just above that left elbow. Turn your face to the floor and lean into your left shoulder. So maybe you need to adjust your body a little bit so that you really are leaning into the shoulder. One last breath. And then rolling onto your back, take your arms wide, bring your knees back to the center, and then come into Shavasana. Just extend your legs down to the floor, arms alongside your body, close your eyes, and settle into your breath. And see if you can rest there for another 5 minutes. Just give yourself a little bit of time off. And just before I go, I'd like to say namaste and thank you so much for joining me today. And see you all next time. Fantastic. Namaste.